My name is Kaper Salonen. If I'm speaking with Finnish people, it's Kaper Salonen. I've had the amazing opportunity for about 8 years straight to be involved in a community called the Helsinki Poetry Connection, and that's really one of the most amazing surroundings that I've ever been in, so to speak. I mean, some of my closest friends are from this community, and it's nebulous, and it keeps growing, and it is whatever people make it together themselves. How lovely to be in a packed room together doing something that none of us need to be doing. All of us want to be doing this, and that's the enthusiasm that I always bring, because I'm so aghast, I'm so amazed at how wonderful it is that we have this opportunity together. Here's the thing, so people there trust that the producer of the event, who oftentimes is the same person as the host, they've done a lot of work to make sure this happens well, and that they kind of come in with some basic trust. Nice. And people who come again and again will get used to that and become more and more sort of brave and safe, and it really feeds itself. It feeds itself. Being a translator as well, thanks is not something that I have sort of learned to work for, because translators are supposed to be invisible. Ruusu Open Mic is the event, and it's organized by the Helsinki Poetry Connection at this place called Sörkan Ruusu, which is a bar, a restaurant on Pääskylän Rinne 5, I want to say. Yeah, Ruusu Open Mic is the same concept as the first sort of longest running club we had, which is called Kiiski Open Mic, which we had for years, for a long time, about 9 years, I think. I'm going to go on 1,000 tangents when I start talking about this stuff, because there's so many things to go into. I'm sorry for that. The reason for open mic stage fright, or the kind of trepidation, is largely to do not just because people are going to be looking at you, because that can feel really make you feel really anxious in any situation, but you're going there with what you believe the most. You're bringing something that you believe the most in your life, and there's no other reason to go behind a microphone except that you believe in this thing the most. There's a responsibility to all freedom, to all types of freedom, but especially when you're sharing your thoughts with others, being authentic is the idea. It's why people are there, and every single person who comes on stage is given that opportunity, and people love it. They love it. I mean, there will never be a shortage of people to come to an open mic that's been organized well, and so people know what's happening. Yeah. People love that stuff, and the HPC, the Helsinki Poetry Connection, is I was always thinking about new ways to sort of to engage, and to introduce new ways for people to engage. I don't get the same kind of anxiousness like these days. I would have really I'd be super tense, and I'd have like a piece in my throat, and I'd all the classic, sweating and generally just vibrating with this crazy feeling. All it is giving people the opportunity to be scared shitless, and to be astonished, but also to feel immense catharsis and immense love and immense understanding, because that's what it's all about, really. It's a combination of things. It's not a dangerous place. The stage and the microphone, they're not dangerous things, except for established truths, which the stage and the mic are instrumental tools in dismantling things that we think are correct, but actually don't stand up. But as a human experience, the attitude towards what is happening is the most important thing, and the crowd themselves, and the hosts themselves, the MCs themselves, including the amazing Elsa Tölli, the amazing Hanna Rentola, the amazing Aura Nurmi, and all the people that I work with. These are excellent poets and wonderful people. The 1,000th time will be easier than the first one. I can guarantee that for sure. If you stick with it that long, then it becomes a part of you. It really won't leave you. I mean, when I like to sort of say I went on stage in 2010 and I never came off, not because I think of myself as that sort of flamboyant or like hungry for attention, but because it's such an amazing crucible of meaning, of shared meaning, of meaning that of listening, of learning to help teaching ourselves to listen better. See, life in the throes of life, drinking its hum like a drum. A fallen tide of trees flowering still as the sun. Vivid in the evening when the day is done, another new cycle is run, the pendulum twisted around as it swung. In daylight broad, no electric fraud, but galaxy clusters in tall simulations, true static, organic, real-life imitations, bursts of stars startled to bloom in elation, a booming or whispering God by the side of the road. The light pushed me on in a quantum embrace, and the still-standing waters reflected my face, and behold, on a wave of birches and willows I stood sinking and safe, not thinking of haste, feeling ready and willing and good. Jumbled, perfect enigma of spring, mess of truth and root, seeker of photon fruit in the wind spreading your quick, slow hands. Tumbled bed of weeds, you oasis, sing that motor in your soul, speaker holy and bold, brimming to bring prophecy to our vast, dying lands. Humbled bipedal skeletons sigh in your presence still, your blessing creeps in our dreams as we sleep. The mountain of the mind is steep, but its valleys are filled with glowing and glimmering strands. We rise and we rally around family ties, every one of us the sum of us in reality's eyes. The DNA brand burns us into the wild, who endureth the fire is wise. But the clay of our being needs no inferno to form, just an oven of love in the swirling storm. In the thickets the crickets are washing their legs and their violin language is born. See, don't flee. Witness the seeds of change blend in the breeze, well within range of our brains as we learn and we bleed, we turn and we breathe, and we grow through the locks on our chains. The grove by the tracks is a timeless flash of life. In our will we find stillness and a dream without strife.